Okay, guys, half day for me today. I had to leave early, take care of some things, but really in the summer, August, you really only want to trade the mornings, in my opinion, anyway. Sometimes, well, we've been hanging out in the afternoon hoping to find something, but things are pretty dead right now. Expedia, EXPE had this on watch because a nice rally here, and then 5 days down in a row. Typically, I wanted to trade in a narrow range and then buy a high of day break, but if I can find a better way in, I'll call it. All right, when it looked like this, here is, let's see, right here is the opening 5-minute high, right about there. And then it put in this lower high right here. So my idea, and it formed a base here. My idea was long over this base, thinking that could get us to and through the high of the day, and a stop below this base, called Expedia 52.39, 25 cents risk. And there's the base break, there's the high of day break, nice push, little flag, and then continued upside. So a really nice move in Expedia. Went from our entry price at 52.39 here all the way to 53.36, so almost a dollar move on 25 cents risk, but that's a little deceiving because once it triggered, never really came near the stop. Just it meandered for a few minutes and then straight up. Let's see, some other ideas from today. I gave out MNST. Had a nice trade in this one, or had a nice idea in this one yesterday. I missed the trade. Well, I missed the bulk of the trade. Little base here. And I thought if this breaks this base, kind of like Expedia, only this one was really strong yesterday. A little different scenario, but over this base, I thought it might get to and through the high of the day. My idea was around 58.50. Stop below that base. There's the trigger. And quickly through 59. From 58.50. A quick 60 cents. I mean, it happened over 10 or 15 minutes. Let's see. PSTI, lower priced one. I called over this little candle here, but this one has been so strong lately that I just couldn't help but at least watch it. Look at the strength in this thing. It doesn't meet my average volume parameters. Had decent volume lately though. My idea on PSTI, let me try to figure out what it was. It was over this candle, 422, 416 stop. Triggered, went up a little higher, didn't take out the high of the day, but held the stop, and then near the end of the day went to 440. Again, nothing to brag about, but not a bad percentage gain. From the entry, one of my misses today was HUN. I spotted this when it looked like this. Okay, see that volume pop? Whenever we get a volume pop, we usually throw it on our watch list. Also, around over 14 bucks, I realized this had volume and was breaking out over this base on the daily. So, excuse me. So this goes on a chart, and then when it looked like this, I told everybody, hey, HUN, pretty clean pullback on lower volume to the buy zone. I got caught up doing something else. I don't know what trade it was at the time. But the way we would play this is, worst case, would be the first break of a previous 5-minute candle's high, which occurred right there. So any one of us could have had it around 13.94, 13.95. I missed this one, but certainly gave a verbal alert that this was down to the buy zone. I always recommend like a 15, 20 cent stop. Usually I say an arbitrary 20 cent stop if you're going to take this trigger, and the 20 cent stop holds, and this thing went up very, very nicely from there. That's another one, though, that was a suggestion by me, and I missed it myself. ARO was an early idea from me at 13. I liked the volume and the gap up. I called it at 13.64, I think, when it looked like this. Worst case stop was 13.54, so there's the trigger, and it ended up going over 13.90 before coming back down and chopping sideways the rest of the day. We had some members make money on that as well. Trying to think of the one I called that just flat out didn't work. And I don't know, guys. I didn't take great notes today. I was in a hurry because I had to get out of there. But a typical slow August day. Let's glance at the SPY before I get out of here. Another nice green day for me, though. SPY is still hanging on. Wow, pretty resilient. Pretty resilient. You've got this sideways range. We're just in a range here from here to here. We're in a range and near the top of a channel. So I don't know if it's consolidating for a big push through the channel, or if we're going to come down and visit the lows of this channel. That'll probably be dependent on macro news, okay? But incredibly resilient market right now. Also very dead. You can see the volume just tapering off. This is typical August, and if you look at the range of these candles, not very big on any given day versus some of these nice big candles back here. So got to have volatility to have a lot of trades. My recommendation to our members is to be patient and only wait for things that absolutely make sense, shape and volume, passion, that sort of thing. Otherwise, you'll nickel and dime yourself to death. So I log in every day, guys, thinking I might take 1 or 2 trades, and they must meet my parameters. And then that's it. Otherwise you overtrade this dead market, you'll eat your account alive. All right. So patience is my best advice right now. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.